Presented by Listen Headlines. Latest financial news from trusted sources. Updating daily noontime New York City.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business.
October 15th, 9 o'clock America, New York. An uneasy use for Apple's AirTags. Tracking a loved one with dementia. Problems, both technical and ethical, can arise when tracking family members using the inexpensive lost item minders.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business.
October 15th, 9 o'clock America, New York. Tesla, Netflix set to report earnings as recession talk mounts. Corporate earnings season is ramping up with quarterly reports from other bellwethers, including Procter & Gamble, Johnson & Johnson and IBM.
BBC News Business. October 15th, 8:15 America, New York. Electric Mini production to move to China. The first electric Mini was built in Oxford in 2020, but most will now be made in China.
Daily FX Market News.
October 15th, 8 o'clock America, New York. U.S. dollar forecast. Bullish bias intact as hot CPI will keep Fed on hawkish path. The U.S. dollar is likely to remain supported in the near term on bets that persistently high inflation in the U.S. economy will keep the Fed on a hawkish tightening course over the forecast horizon.
The Library of Economics and Liberty.
October 15th, 8 o'clock America, New York. Does the Texas homicide rate for illegal immigrants exceed the rate for native-born Americans in Texas? Properly interpreted, the DPS data suggests that illegal immigrants in Texas are convicted of homicide and sexual assault at higher rates than the state average.
Global economy.
October 15th, 8 o'clock America, New York. Nations hope World Bank and IMF are no longer in denial over climate. There was optimism at this week's meetings that the lenders would help finance environmental measures.
Global economy.
October 15th, 7 o'clock America, New York. City law firm helps clients battling poverty at cost of living clinic. Lawyers at Hogan Lovells work for free to help struggling Londoners to secure welfare.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. October 15th, 6:40 America, New York. Britain's new chancellor says some taxes will rise. Jeremy Hunt effectively scrapped Prime Minister Liz Truss's signature tax-cutting plan, saying some levies would have to increase and public spending cuts would need to be made to restore market confidence in the British economy.
The Library of Economics and Liberty.
October 15th, 6:30 America, New York. A different way of thinking. In the appendix of his dystopian novel 1984, George Orwell explained, the purpose of Newspeak was not only to provide a medium of expression for the worldview and mental habits proper to the devotees of INGSOC, English socialism, in Newspeak, but to make all other modes of thought impossible.
New York Times Business.
October 15th, 5 o'clock America, New York. Peter Thiel, major U.S. political donor, is said to pursue Maltese citizenship. Obtaining citizenship in Malta would provide another passport for Mr. Thiel, who is one of the largest individual donors for the U.S. midterm elections. Peter Thiel, the billionaire technology investor, during the Republican National Convention in 2016.
New York Times Business.
October 15th, 5 o'clock America, New York. With so much riding on the Fed's moves, it's hard to know how to invest. Where the markets go from here depends on whether and how deftly the Federal Reserve pivots from its hawkish stance.
New York Times Business.
October 15th, 5 o'clock America, New York. New ETFs turn the fund's virtue of low risk on its head. Using a variety of means to bet on the direction of a single stock, they add a layer of complexity that worries some investment professionals.
Global economy.
October 15th, 5 o'clock America, New York. World Weather Agency sounds alarm on dams, power and nuclear plants. Water stress and floods place infrastructure at significant risk, World Meteorological Organization reports.
Marginal revolution.
October 15th, 2:56 America, New York. German fiscal policy vindicated. And since German politicians have insane views on fiscal policy, they will probably say that the current experience actually validates their prior 2 decades of excessively tight fiscal policy.
Daily FX Market News.
October 15th, 0:00 America, New York. Bitcoin and Ethereum forecast for the week ahead. Bitcoin and Ethereum remain range-bound following CPI as other risk assets continue to sink. More chop ahead?
BBC News Business.
October 14th, 1724 America, New York. Will the UK financial chaos spark a wider meltdown? Risks to global financial stability are verging on crisis levels, the IMF has warned.
Daily FX Market News.
October 14th. 1300 American New York, USDCHF at parity, but for how long? Since August 2022 at 0.937, USDCHF has been in a bullish sequence as this was supported by the recent dollar strength.